I just wanna make it right. I know all about your troubles, wanna drown into your eyes and feel your blue sky within. So deep in you, I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine. But get what you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel your blue sky within. Do you think of me when you're on your way home, holding hands along the tracks?
Hi.
Hi guys, welcome to today. It's been so long since we've picked up the camera, so we have lots of updates today, but first we have to go get our grocery pickup and get some groceries in this house, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go get our groceries. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Feel your blue sky within. So deep in you, I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine.
No, but what music should we listen to on our drive?
Moana.
Moana! We are in a major Moana stage. Anybody else?
I want to go right now.
Okay. There we go. Hey, do you want me to move you closer to Mila?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
So I can hold her hand.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. They're gonna come bring their groceries right to the back of our trunk. Hey, Mila girl. Hi, sweetheart.
I would have a turn. I would have a turn. What is that?
She's coming right behind us.
He's coming right behind us.
Yep. Good morning. Good morning.
Can I see her?
Good, how are you?
Can I see her, Mama?
Good morning.
I want to see her, Mama.
I'll come see you.
This one's way heavy.
Okay, watch out.
That's a heavy one.
That is a heavy one. Here you go, Mila.
Then now I can take the groceries out.
Okay.
Yeah. Got these. That's heavy.
Mila keeps getting the camera. But that's all the groceries.
That's all the groceries.
All the groceries. Okay. The last little bit was a little bit chaotic around here. Mila's down for her first nap of the day. She's still doing 2 naps a day, but I'm thinking that we're gonna have to start transitioning her to 1 nap because Nova starts preschool, just the timing of preschool pickup and stuff. So anyways, my glasses are absolutely filthy. I never noticed until I'm like in natural light, so I'm just gonna take those off. I just figured while I have a little bit of quiet right now, Nova's watching a show, I'm just gonna update you guys on basically the past couple months because let's be real, I have not been consistent on here. I've just been like letting go a little bit of the expectation that I have on myself to produce content and just like not caring as much because normally it like affects me a lot and I just like get down on myself. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing A, B, C, D and I'm not reaching A, B, C. But honestly, like the past year has been crazy and I'm realizing that I've just kind of been in survival mode, to be honest with you. I think that becoming a mom of 2 kind of rocked my world a little bit. Like people always, you know, talk about like the transition from 0 to 1 versus 1 to 2, etc, etc, but I would definitely say in my case 1 to 2. Oh, the battery's gonna die. I just can't catch a break. One sec. Okay, what was I saying? So yeah, I think 1 to 2 kids has been harder for me. I think, you know, becoming a mom for the first time like has so many challenges, of course, but I think because I came off of a long infertility journey, I was just so like eager for every little detail and even like the hard parts. And it's also such a slow thing, like you're learning with your baby and you're like slowly easing into like all of these things, whereas when you have your second, it's just like bam bam bam, like all at once, and there's a serious like lack of time. Like there's just no time. Like the day there's just honestly no time in the day for anything other than caring for my kids. And so it's been kind of wild for me, I think, and especially because Mila hasn't been, you know, the most epic sleeper in the world, so it's been like a year straight of like sleep deprivation and, you know, juggling like how to give both of them my attention, how to figure out 2 schedules, how to handle, you know, big emotions in a 3-year-old, and all of the things that just come with parenting 2 kids. So anyways, all this to say, I just think the last year has been a little crazy for me, and I've really just made this decision for myself that like I've just been surviving, and I just need to give myself grace in that because it has been hard. That's just my honest thoughts about that. So some big things have kind of changed or switched gears over here. One being that it's been like, I think it's almost 2 weeks, just shy of 2 weeks, like maybe it's 11 days of Mila just sleeping through the night every night straight. Like she just flip switched and she just decided almost 2 weeks ago that she's gonna sleep through the night, and it's been every night since. And like, I knocking on all the wood that I don't jinx it, but it has been crazy. Like I keep saying, like, I can't believe she's sleeping through the night. Like what like we've gone a year of waking up at least once, usually 2 or 3 times, being up for like hours in the night because she is really tricky to get back down. And so it's just mind-blowing, and it's also like a game changer. Like we have our evenings, like normally she'd be waking up a couple times before we even go to bed, and it just felt like you could never like relax. Like all day long was just so focused on, like my mind was so focused on trying to get her to sleep, that I kind of was struggling a bit with. And I didn't want to talk about this for the longest time because I was afraid of being judged, or like if, you know, I'm alone in this. But now being on the kind of other side, so to speak, I don't feel as like much like I'm drowning in it, but I was dealing with a bit of like postpartum like frustration or rage or like anger a bit, and it was always revolving around this sleep stuff with Mila. And it's like every time, you know, I'm like in the rocking chair for like 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes, and you go to put her down and she wakes up the second you put her down. And so I would just feel like the frustration like rise in my body, and so many tears were shed, so many times of just like placing her down and like leaving the room and like trying to calm myself down. And like there was a lot of that in the past, like I would say 6 months, and it started to really wear on me a lot. And I like feel myself tearing up right now. It just really wore me down because I've always prided myself in being a very patient person, especially when it comes to kids and my kids, and feeling like I had nothing left to give day in and day out, like I was running on empty, was just really hard, like really hard on me. And so anyways, I know she's only been sleeping through the night like 11 days, so like it's not like I've transformed into like a new person, but I do feel like that frustration really has gone down so much. And the other aspect of that is I think I have been in the past 6 months as well, just so overstimulated, so touched out. The noise, the touching, and a lot of that has to do with breastfeeding, I think, because you're just always someone's always on you and touching you and grabbing at you, and that feeling started to kind of wear me down with everything else. So we have stopped breastfeeding. I made it to a year. We stopped like a week after her first birthday, and it was very seamless. It was super natural. Like, we just I just started like dropping feedings and just replacing it with a bottle, and she just kind of started to like her bottle more, which is so funny because I couldn't get her to take a bottle for such a long time. But she loves her bottle now. She stopped even wanting to nurse, and it just was like a really easy, seamless transition, so much so that like I didn't even have a last nursing session. Like with Nova, like I had a last one and I cried, and it was like a moment, and I wanted to do that this time, but it just didn't even happen that way. It just like one day I was like, oh, I haven't actually nursed her in like 2 days, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna do it now because let's just let my body kind of like gradually, you know. And so it just stopped, and part of me was sad about that because I, you know, wanted to have like that last moment, especially not knowing like if this is my last time ever breastfeeding a child. And so there are, you know, parts of me that are a little bit sad and weepy about that, but at the same time I think it was really what we both needed. I really just needed to feel like my own person again, and I'm so proud. Like, I can't even believe that I made it to a year. Like, I'm so proud. And she was a great nurser, and it was beautiful and amazing until it started feeling less beautiful and less amazing. And that's when I recognized, like, I think it's time for us to stop. And I felt good about that. I don't regret that at all. So we are done nursing, and that could be part of why she's decided to sleep through the night. Maybe she's not waking up for like comfort nursing. It could be that. It could also be because we've kind of changed up her like routine and stuff. Like, we used to rock her to sleep and I used to nurse her to sleep, and clearly that wasn't working. So one day when I was like losing my marbles, I said we had to change something. So we started doing things a bit differently, and like putting her in awake and patting her or rubbing her back, and she took to that really well, and then is now sleeping a lot better, and she's doing her naps. So it's just been crazy like how it can switch. And the thing is, like, I knew all along like that it could probably go this way because Nova didn't sleep through the night till she was after a year too. And so I kind of just had in the back of my mind, like, let's just make it to a year. Let's just make it to a year and see kind of what comes from that with the sleeping thing. So anyways, not to like totally talk about sleep for 25 minutes, but it's a big deal. Like, when you're a parent, it takes over your life. So those are those 2 big updates. Obviously, the last video you guys saw was her birthday. She is 1 now, which is just wild to think she's, you know, leaving the baby stage. It's so sad, but it's also really cool to see her grow into her personality more. And I'm seeing like Nova and her just like really connect a lot more and play with each other, and like I can just see how beautiful their relationship has been and is about to become. So it's really special in that way. And then Nova's doing amazing. She, you know, is typical 3.5-year-old. You never know what you're gonna get at any point of the day, and you're just kind of waiting to see like what version of your toddler you're going to receive at any given moment. But she is a sweet girl, very loving, super smart as a whip, and just my buddy. Like, she's so enjoyable to be around. And yeah, she's my little buddy. I think that's pretty much the updates for us. I'm sure there's like 100 more things, but there are some updates with like the house too, and like some projects that we've done, so I'll show you those. So first things first is we finally redid and refinished our dining room table. It was like all scratched up and beat up, and it was like a really dark color before, but it was so scratched up that we had a tablecloth on all the time, so we finally refinished it. And I am so happy. It looks so much better than it did before. We're probably going to eventually get a new table and chairs for here, something a little like bigger. We like to host sometimes, but this is perfect for now. And then in the living room, I did just order a new rug, and it has some color, you guys. Can you believe it? I'm gonna put color in our living room. Very excited. So that's coming just like a week and a half, 2 weeks or something. So I'm excited to switch that out. We just got a new lamp. That's just from IKEA. This was Mila's birthday gift. It's one of those play couches. We got ours from this company, Epic Kids, and they have been loving it. It'll eventually go to the playroom. And then the next project that we're going to be working on is this right here. I've talked about it before that we're planning on painting it green. I think we finally found the color that we're going to do. So I think that'll be happening really, really soon. Very excited to put this space together. I have just been itching. What's your question? What's your question? You love me?
Huh.
Oh, I love you. I love you with my whole heart.
I love you with my whole heart.
I love you as big as this whole house.
No, you don't. I love you.
Anyways, Nova really wants to continue watching her show since she so graciously let me pause it. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your summer, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Bye.
Feel my blue sky.